Previously on Big Brother Plush. Scratchy became the new head of household and nominated the duo of SpongeBob and Gary after Koopa lied to them that SpongeBob was targeting Scratchy. Then, at the veto competition, Scoops decided not to compete despite being picked to play, and SpongeBob unexpectedly won out. Regardless, nothing came of that because Scoops ended up walking from the game later that day. Tonight, who will rise to power as the new head of household and who will he or she nominate? Plus, how will the house guests react after Scoops unexpectedly left the game? All this and more right now on Big Brother Plush. I'm thinking of a burger with ketchup and mustard, resting on a plate with strawberry custard. He wants everyone to keep playing hard. That's all house guests. Oh my god. Well, when I saw that message in the DR, that was the last thing I was expecting to hear. I know it's a game, but what you can't understand from a viewer perspective is that after spending so long in the house, these people become family, whether in the game you like them or not. It's so hard when something like this happens. I really hope he's okay. I think I can speak for most of us when I say that I just really hope that he's doing well outside of the house. Yeah, for sure. I know it's silly, but while Charmander was reading that message, I just kept thinking about the fight that I had with him and Beaks. And part of me feels like I'm part of what caused this. And I really hate that feeling, and it makes me feel so bad. But I just have to forget about it now, and I can apologize later, and just hope everything's going well. House guests, welcome to this HOH competition. This competition is simple. However, as outgoing HOH Scratchy, you cannot compete. Alright, here's how this will work. One by one of you will come into a separate room, and there will be a mushroom. Here is where this gets interesting. You can jump on this mushroom however many times you want. Now, whoever jumps on the mushroom the most amount of times will not win. Whoever jumps on the mushroom the third most amount of times will win. So when everyone's done, all of the amount of times that you jumped on the mushroom, all 10 of you, whoever jumped on it the third most amount of times will win. However, who jumped on it the most amount of times, something bad will happen to them, and we'll get to that later. For now, Orson, you can start. So the hard part about this competition is that you're not trying to do it the most times, you're trying to do it the third most. So this competition basically relies on what you think other people will do. And I don't know if they're planning to go to the hundreds or if they want to stay down to the fives. It's really hard to tell. But I think the lower the better, because I most certainly do not want to be the highest. Alright. Well, I guess let's not waste any time. So I'm predicting that a lot of people are going to go a little bit high in this competition, and so my goal is to just go a little bit less than what I think other people are going to do, and that should get me the third most. And that should be good. Alright. And there we go. Okay. Maybe one more. One more just to be safe. One more for good luck. That's an odd number. Let's make it even. Alright, that's good. No, that's a prime number. Wait, even numbers can't be prime. I'll just leave it. Both me and my duo partner have won head of household competitions, and we're only 4 weeks into the game. So I am well aware that we are physical threats. And so I'm thinking about throwing this competition because I'm not sure how I feel about winning another one. Alright, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That should be good. So I jumped on it 5 times because I feel like while I know for sure that I'm not going to win with 5, I can at least try to convince people that I thought I was going to win. Alright, Scrappy, it is your turn. Let's get right to it. 1, 2, 3. At this stage in the game, I don't know how my relationship fully is with anyone other than Rodney, so I feel like this HOH would be a really good one to win. Alright. And last but not least, Harriet. Oh, this is bigger than I thought it would be. 1, 2, 3. Okay. For the most part, me and Orson have sort of been in the shadows, and I think that's a good spot to be in right now, because other people like Wobbuffet and Charmander can make the moves, and they are the ones that are going to paint targets on their back, and then me and Orson can float to the end. So, as much as I kind of want to win this, I also feel like it's best to not. Alright, I need everyone in the living room for the results. Now, I just want to say, before we get to these results, we have a couple quick announcements. Firstly, as you are in the final 11, congratulations, all of you have made it to jury. This means that all of you that are left in the game will either be sent to the jury house or will be in the final 2 chairs. And with the arrival of jury, duos are no longer a thing. Whenever you win head of household, you can nominate whoever you want, duo or not, and whoever wins veto can save just one or the other. Next up, this week is going to be a double eviction, but a little bit differently. Remember how I said that whoever jumped the most amount of times on the mushroom would have something bad happen to them? They will be a third nominee this week, and 2 people of the 3 nominees will go home. So time to announce the results. The person that is going to be a third nominee this week is SpongeBob. I knew I should have just left it. The person who had the second most amount of jumps was Rodney. And the person with the third most amount of jumps, who will be the new head of household this week, is Harriet. Well, this isn't great. It's way too early to make any sort of move, so I don't really know what I'm going to be doing. Oh my god, they let us keep the pillow. Oh, that's really cool. So, I really didn't want this. Yeah. So, I feel like I was in the shadows in a good spot, to be completely honest, but due to Harriet winning head of household, this is a duo season, so anything Harriet does reflects back on me, and our position may be wildly different at the end of this week. I don't think you should do anything revolutionary. I think you should leave that to, Charmander and Wobbuffet. Oh, for sure. The one thing is, I do not want blood on my hands at all this week. Do you want me to be honest? What? Gary and Koopa is the best option. That's true. This week, I don't want any blood on my hands, and so SpongeBob's a third nominee, and putting out Gary next to him would be pretty beneficial. However, I have a deal with Gary, and I don't feel like breaking that too soon. Yeah, because SpongeBob and Gary they don't do anything for us in this game, and I don't think they do anything for anyone else really either, except Koopa, and he's dangerous, so I feel like it's a win-win. Yeah, that's probably what I'll end up doing. I feel like I'm going up. You do? Yeah. Right now, there's a pretty apparent split house, and the side I'm on is very outnumbered. So I don't have a lot of confidence that I'm going to avoid that nomination block this week. Could be us, though. That would be just as bad. One of us is probably going home this week. SpongeBob is already on the block, and we're pretty confident that some combination of myself, Scrappy, or Koopa is going to be put up alongside him. So, because it's a double, even if the veto is used, either one of us will be going home. And that's not something that we want, obviously. You're not going on the block, okay? Meow. Hi, can I come in? It's Rodney. Yeah. Hi. What's up, Rodney? Oh, I just wanted to talk because I feel like I'm going up. If you can confirm that or not. Well, to be honest, I haven't even confirmed anything in my mind, so I don't know for certain, but I was considering it. I'll be straightforward, yeah. Well, of course, I don't want to be nominated. Well, yeah. Who else were you considering? Koopa and Scrappy. I know I probably shouldn't have said that right to her face, but, I'm pretty confident that at least a couple of them are going today. Or, this week. I know I probably shouldn't have, mentioned that I was considering nominating her duo partner to her face, but, I'm pretty confident that I'm going to be able to get a couple of them to leave this week, so in the grand scheme of things, it doesn't really matter. Really? Well, yeah. Well, you have to understand that there are much bigger threats in the house, like Charmander and Wobbuffet, that can easily comp out to the end. That's true. Again, it's too early to make a move, so Charmander and Wobbuffet are targets, but at Final 11, it might be a little bit too early to take the shot. I honestly have no idea what I'm going to do. I just know that I have to decide quickly. House guests, it's time for the nomination ceremony. House guests, welcome to the nomination ceremony. As head of household, I have the responsibility to nominate 2 house guests for eviction. SpongeBob, for losing the head of household competition. As punishment, you are the 3rd nominee, so please come up here. Now, the first house guest I have nominated for eviction is Rodney. Oh, okay. The second house guest I've nominated for eviction is Scrappy. I have nominated you, Rodney, and you, Scrappy, for eviction alongside SpongeBob, the 3rd nominee. I just feel like this was the safest move for me right now, and I hope you can understand. This nomination ceremony is adjourned. So I ended up going with Rodney and Scrappy only because I feel like that still is the safest move to make. But we'll see what happens later this week. I'm a nominee, and I'm a nominee as, next to Rodney and Scrappy. This is horrible. I wonder if there's a record for most weeks nominated. So Harriet clearly didn't listen to my pitch, which is really frustrating because he's definitely going to lose to them in the end. So it doesn't make sense. What a week. 3 of my closest allies are on the block for double eviction week. This is literally the worst possible outcome. Who will win the golden power of veto, and will it be used to save either SpongeBob, Rodney, or Scrappy from eviction? All this and more Wednesday at 6/5 Central on Big Brother Plush.